Is Europe rethinking its stance on Israel? After decades of mostly supporting Israel, European leaders are now raising red flags, and not just symbolically. Trade deals are under review, sanctions are on the table, and protests are erupting across major cities. What triggered this sudden shift? The answer lies in Gaza, and a death toll that shocked the world. As of mid-2025, over 54,000 Palestinians have reportedly died in the war in Gaza, according to the local health ministry. Israel says it's targeting Hamas militants. But the destruction of entire neighborhoods and the images of starving civilians are dominating European headlines. French President Emmanuel Macron has warned that too many civilians are dying. Germany's Olaf Scholz, typically cautious, has now publicly criticized Israel's actions. Spain, Ireland, and Norway have gone even further, officially recognizing a Palestinian state. In just a few months, Europe's political landscape has shifted dramatically. But it's not just governments, it's the people. Massive protests have filled the streets of London, Paris, Brussels, and Berlin. Citizens are calling for an end to arms sales, for ceasefires, and for recognition of Palestinian rights. Sweden and Belgium have paused military exports to Israel. And polls show that over 60% of Europeans now believe Israel has gone too far. This isn't a fringe movement anymore, it's mainstream. And now Europe is turning to its biggest source of power: economics. The European Union, Israel's largest trade partner, is reviewing its association agreement, the deal that gives Israel favorable access to EU markets. Some member states want it suspended entirely, citing human rights violations. At the same time, lawyers are raising alarms. Could EU arms sales make some countries complicit in war crimes? It's no longer just diplomacy, it's potentially criminal liability. Israel, for its part, says the criticism is one-sided. Officials argue that Hamas uses civilians as human shields, and that any democratic country would act similarly under attack. Some European conservatives agree, warning that weakening ties with Israel could only strengthen Hamas. Others say Europe is being hypocritical, quick to condemn but slow to act. So far, words have flown. Action? Not yet. So what now? Some analysts believe Europe will push for targeted sanctions, end weapon sales, or even push for mass recognition of Palestine. Others believe the EU is too divided to act as one, and that real pressure on Israel won't materialize. But one thing's clear: the era of quiet support is over. And if the Gaza war continues, Europe's discomfort may evolve into a complete diplomatic break. This could reshape Middle East policy for an entire generation. This story is unfolding fast, and the stakes are global. Will Europe finally act, or will pressure fizzle out once again? Subscribe to Geo-Pulse, where we follow global conflicts, strategy, and diplomacy without the noise. Because understanding the world shouldn't be optional.